Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher. My name is Abhilasha and I'll be taking you through vocabulary for IPMAT and JIPMAT 2027. Today we are doing collocations, which are nothing but common word pairings. So without much ado, let's get started. So today's session, of course, all on collocation. Remember to hit like, share and subscribe. If you're with us, remember, because subscribing will help you to participate in the chat. So do subscribe. And of course, you get information for the next sessions. Okay, so what is a collocation? So it's a group of words that naturally stay together. They hang out together. They're best friends, There's really no strict grammatical rule which explains why they come together, but it is something that sounds natural to a native speaker. So if you pair wrong words, native speaker will still understand, but it'll sound clunky or off or a little awkward. So look at the words fast and quick. So they're exactly the same thing. So we say fast food, but we don't say quick food, right? I'm going to McDonald's to get some fast food, not quick food. We take a quick shower, but we never take a fast shower, right? So I'll not say, okay, so we'll say, I'll take a quick shower and be with you in 10 minutes. We don't say, I'll take a fast shower. So this is what collocation is, words which work with each other. So there could be several structural patterns. You could have verbs and nouns together. You could have adjectives and nouns. You could have adjectives and adverbs. You could have nouns and nouns. You could have nouns and verbs. And you could have verbs with prepositional expressions, right? For example, for a verb and noun, you launch a product. Now, launch a product means to bring it into the market, but you don't say start a product, right? So therefore, launch a product is the natural language expression. Similarly, key factor, you don't say main factor. Similarly, something is blatantly obvious, but it's not highly obvious, right? So we don't use that. A pack of wolves, not a pack, it's a pack of wolves. We don't say a group of wolves. Again, collocation, right? Lions roar. Can I say lions shout? No. Can I say lions scream? No. We say lions roar. You burst into tears. You don't explode in. So similarly, words which go together. For example, you always allay fears. You don't soothe fears, though it means the same, but the usage is different. Okay. All right. Why do the English use them, or why does English language use them? So the brain evolved to use collocations because a certain way a language developed, and then chunks of information came together and formed an easier way of learning, remembering, and using it. So processing commit a crime as a single block of text is easier than processing commit and crime as separate words. So native speakers and non-native speakers, the difference is that the non-native speaker does not really know the collocations, right? The native speaker knows the collocations, the idioms, the phrases of that language, and therefore they sound easier, right? If a student says, I made a crime, the grammar is correct, right? You have a subject, verb, and object, but you know that you can't say, I made a crime, right? So therefore, certain usages will come together, and those are called collocations. So we'll learn a few. For example, verb and noun. You break the ice. Break the ice does not mean you take a block of ice and break it. What it means is to start a conversation in a social setting, in a group, to make people feel more comfortable. So when you go for a meeting, people will crack jokes, they will introduce themselves to break the ice, right? So in an interview, you're always asked, tell me something about yourself, to break the ice. Okay, so that is to start a conversation. You run a business doesn't mean you literally run or that the business is running. It means to manage, lead, or operate a business. You can't say, I'm making a business or I'm doing a business. No, you run a business. So it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to run a business successfully. Similarly, save time. To do something faster, more efficiently, you're able to save time. You don't say keep time or spare time. So taking the highway will save time on your morning commute. So these are some collocations that you have. You catch someone's eye, which means it attracts your attention. But you don't say grab someone's eye or pull someone's eye. Similarly, you keep a secret, you don't hold a secret, right? So she knows how to keep a secret, and therefore I can trust her with anything. Here are some adjective and noun combinations which tell you how to describe the magnitude or nature of a noun. There's heavy traffic. You don't say big traffic, strong traffic, robust traffic. You say heavy traffic. That means there is a large number of vehicles on the road. I was late due to the heavy traffic on the bridge. Similarly, blank slate, a fresh starting point with no past biases, mistakes, or commitments. You don't say a clean slate, right? It is acceptable, but a blank slate is a better one. Moving to a brand new city allowed him to start over with a blank slate, completely fresh. A fast elapsing deadline or a tight deadline. That's a very strict or rapidly approaching date by which something must be finished. So a hard deadline or a close deadline we don't use. Right? We are facing a very tight deadline. There is a vast majority means almost all of the group or a big percentage. You don't say big majority or a huge majority. So they passed the exam. The vast majority of the students passed the final exam. To be bitterly disappointed means to be deeply, intensely sad or upset. So you're severely disappointed, strongly disappointed. That's incorrect. You say, I was bitterly disappointed, not bitly, but bitterly disappointed. Very disappointed. All right, here are some adjective adverb combinations. These describe things to show how absolute or extreme it is. So the morning was perfectly normal. That means it was completely ordinary, expected, and typical, not fully normal. Don't worry, it's perfectly normal to feel nervous before giving a big speech. Something is highly unlikely. That means it has very little chance of happening. But you don't say strongly unlikely or greatly unlikely. Given the current storm tracking, it is highly unlikely that the game will happen. Fully aware. I am fully aware of the problems. So, but you don't use totally aware. It means you're completely conscious or knowledgeable about a situation. Then you could have noun plus noun combinations also, right? So how would these be? So you describe a single specific concept or collective quantity by using a noun plus noun. A stroke of luck. It's not a piece of luck or a flash of luck, always a stroke. It's a sudden, unexpected piece of good fortune. Finding my lost passport right before leaving the airport was a total stroke of luck. A twinge of guilt, to feel a very small amount, very brief feeling of regret. But you don't feel a drop or a bite of guilt, right? So he felt a twinge of guilt, just like you have a twinge of pain also, right? So that's that, guys. I hope you will be able to use these collocations. My suggestion is that you use them, try them out, learn them, and then maybe in the next session we can discuss some more. All right. Okay, so if this helped you, please remember to like the session, subscribe to the channel, and also share this with a friend who's also preparing with you. If you wish to enroll at Career Launcher, remember to use 8130-038-836 to connect with us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.